Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, October the 23rd. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope everybody had a great day today. And as usual, the market has been very sporadic. Maybe that's the word. Chaotic. Maybe that's another one. But if you were short, early in the day, that's great, and then long, off this 5,800 level, I'm looking at the ES, then it was a great day for you. It's been tough the last week or two. I'm going to talk about some levels and kind of look at what's going on, but we're in this, I've got to tie in a Halloween reference because Halloween's coming up. We're in this spooky time frame right now. Because the market is very unpredictable. We're just really getting deep into earnings season here, with most of the Mag 7s are going to be reporting next week. Don't know how that's going to come out. We never know, but I suspect that the numbers should be good and everything should be fine. A lot of other economic data on the calendar coming up. We'll talk about that in a second. But the bigger thing is the election is coming up in 3 weeks or so. And, who knows what's going to happen then? Should we put on big hedges, and is it black swan time, or is it, to the moon time? And I don't know. We can't tell yet. So what we can tell is where we are right now and where we, might be up as we get closer to the election. And I will actually do the video. Let's see. Actually, no, it'll be the day after the election. So that the next time I do a video will be November 6th. That'll be awesome. Anyway, all right, so let's jump in here. This is the NASDAQ on one side, this is the RUT, and of course this is the ES, and all day long these follow the same pattern. We were down, 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 down. ES hit 5,800 and then bounced back up. NASDAQ over here, 20,075 and then bounce. RUT 2206 and bounce. And we're continuing to bounce right now because Tesla just reported. Let me pull this down here. Tesla just reported earnings a few minutes ago, and so far so good. Look at this, from 212 to 232. Now, we haven't had the conference call or anything like that. That's a pretty good size move. Looks pretty good on the surface. I haven't even looked at the numbers, or anything like that, because again, it's still early and we have to get through the conference call and all that. But in the after hours, the futures are rebounding nicely from today, and we'd started rebounding earlier in the day. So let's look at ES. I like to focus on ES, and we'll go from there. So last night, in the overnight session, we kind of, yesterday we kind of got a little move going here, and then the overnight session was just kind of very lame, and then we just kept going, right? And this was, it wasn't, there were quite a few little rallies along the way here, very small rallies, and I was thinking every time we're going to get, it's going to turn and we're going to bounce, we're going to get one of these things and bounce, or one of these and bounce, and we just didn't. All day just kept going lower and lower and lower. You see that level right there? That is a voodoo skyline. I'll show you that. Well, let's go ahead and look. I'll show you on a 20-day chart. We have been watching that level very closely. You see right here? And depends on which side of these lines that you're on. Here we come up and we test it a couple of times, then we just break right through it, and now, as you can see, once you get on the top side of it, that acts as support. So we're all over that. We come rallying up here, come back down, barely touch it, we're all over it, we don't break it, all up again. And I thought we'd get right here, and this would be the level, and we would bounce from this level, and we did not. This is today, and we took that out, and I'm looking at that going, well, it's not over, but we need to close above that level today. And we tried our hardest. We came rally, and we haven't done it. So doesn't look like we will. That may or may not mean anything too significant, as we're kind of back very, very close to it. Just like here, we didn't break it, we got close to it, right? And here we didn't break it, we got close to it. So big question is, after Tesla, I know IBM reported too, and IBM actually, I just saw it was down about 15 bucks. That's not good for, the industrials and all that stuff. But, we don't know how the market's going to act tomorrow. But let's go back out here and go on our little bit longer time frame here again. What we had, this is 20-day chart, a lot of consolidation here, flush down, a lot of consolidation here, and then we're kind of off to the races. And if you look at these, I don't know, periods of time where we're between these lines, either above or below, same thing's going on here. This since that's 2 weeks ago on a Friday when we came up through here, and then we've been above skyline. So, I'm still looking for this thing to continue going. Now it's a little bit tricky, a little more tricky than normal because, again, the chart is not acting that good, but what I'm looking at here is what's coming up on the economic calendar. So let's look at that. We've got, there's more earnings coming in tomorrow, but what I'm really looking for is the Mag 7, big market moving kind of names. Of course, Tesla is one of those, but next week on Tuesday, we've got, on the 29th, we've got Google, if I remember right, Google, AMD. Wednesday, we've got Microsoft, Meta, Eli Lilly. And on Thursday, we've got Amazon and Apple. And we also, on Thursday, we have PCE. And PCE is really, that's personal consumption expenditures. That's really what the Fed looks at from an inflation standpoint, right? So that's going to be a big data point along with a lot of big earnings. Now, I suspect that, and on Friday, get this, Friday's November 1st, we have payrolls, non-farm payroll, right? So a lot of data points and earnings, coming up all during next week. So is this thing going to keep going down with all of this, and I'm going to assume it's good news, we have to make an assumption, right? Maybe it's bad, I don't know. But that's what's going to drive the market in the, in the immediate future right in front of us is next week, what's going on there. Now, as we go out here into November, we have got a lot more earnings coming up in the next couple of weeks after that. But then on the 13th, we have CPI. Next CPI is on Wednesday the 13th. Then we have PPI on the 14th there. And I almost forgot. I skipped over the biggie there on the 6th. We've got Fed meeting. So a lot of stuff coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks to hopefully potentially keep this market going higher. Now let's look at this real quick on a longer term time frame. This is 1 year on the ES. And if we look at it, in fact, let me switch this over. I got to wind it up here, but let me switch it over. Let's do a just simple moving average. We're just pulling back. That's a 20 period moving average right there. There's a 50 and that's a 200. We're just pulling back to the 20. See right there, 20, 20, 20, 20. There's 200. So this is a very normal pullback. We're still on a longer term time frame. We're still in a bullish trend, right? Let's look at the NASDAQ. Same thing. Simple pullback here to the 20. This is not anything. It feels, I don't know why, but it feels heavy to me. It feels like we hit some all-time highs in the ES and the diamonds and stuff like that, but it feels heavy on the NASDAQ, feels heavy on the rut. Here is the rut. But we're back to the 50. This is where you buy it, honestly, on most of these indexes. So again, nothing spooky, nothing scary going on here with these markets. It could turn scary very quickly. Again, we've got all the data points, all the earnings that I told you about coming up, among a lot of other earnings as well. Big election coming up, all that kind of stuff. So, be nimble, be on your toes. I am pretty heavy in cash right now. Overall I'm net long, so if that tells you anything. But I will probably in the next week, I'll probably put some hedging on. If you want to check that out, join me on Simpler Trading in the main room or the bias room. I run a separate service called Bias, and we're in there all day. Every day we're in there trading. So we will probably try to do some inexpensive hedging ahead of the election. And honestly, we may hedge some on the upside too, and that would be putting butterflies way up higher or something of that nature that's low cost, big bang for the buck. So anyway, with that, let me wind it up. If I can help you, let me know. Again, I'm in the main room of Simpler Trading 2 or 3 times a week. I'm in the bias room every day, and be glad to help you if I can. But be nimble, be quick, be careful the next 2 or 3 weeks. Got a lot going on, so just be aware of all that, and we'll try to keep plugging along and make some money in this market. So thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me